Back in 1982, the Lord put it on my heart to go to Romania. And I went out to Romania 3 different times. The last time I went out there, we were living in Margate, the church, and myself and all the guys. So I asked one of the pastors if he wanted to go to Romania. He says, yeah, why not? I said, get on to the guys in Holland and ask them if any of them wants to come. So we did. Thank you. Thank you. So we got on to Eva. We have a friend in Holland called Eva. And he said he'd come with us, but he'd meet us at the ferry on the other side of Cali. So he picked us up at Cali, and the 4 of us headed for Romania. And we were going to work for another church there. They asked us to go out there. One of our drivers, Robert, he used to drive us there, take aid to Romania. He said he was trying to start a church in Cluj, in Apoca. We said we'd come and help him. But when we got there, the building needed a lot of work, and they didn't have a builder, somebody to mix cement and make staircases. So I volunteered. But we were preaching every night in a great big, like a park. And we were doing ministry every night as well. And it seemed that we were doing all the work during the day and the ministry as well. They were just preaching and the people were coming, but we were doing the ministry. And after about 4 days, 3.5 days, I just said, I'm tired of this. I want to go off, leave them for a day to be at peace on my own. So I asked Eva for the keys of the car. And he said, I'd like to come with you, Paddy. He says, we just met this lovely girl who speaks Romanian and English, and she's our translator. I said, do you want to come? Okay, you come. So then Kevin, my man, he wanted to come as well. So we drove away from Cluj about 70 miles down the track to another town. And the lady we picked up had a polio on her, polio leg, with all the braces. And I said, I'm going to buy you a dress to cover your leg, because you're embarrassed about it all the time. So I said, I'll take you into the town, next town. She says, there's a town nearby, and we stopped. I said, I'll take you down there and buy you a dress. So I had about £30, which was a fortune in them days, because the money in Romania was very small. So I took her around the shops, and I went into one shop that she liked the dresses that went down over her ankles, and she wanted that one. And it gave her confidence, you know. So I give her the money, you go in there and negotiate to buy the dress. And I'll go and walk around the stores, you know. It was a market town, there was loads of people. And I came across this guy sitting on the ground, and his 2 feet were like that there. See the way they are? That's the way he was sitting on the ground. One leg was one day over, the other was over there. And he asked me for some money, and I had no money to give him. He said, give me a hat. So I took off my hat and gave it to him. I says, can I pray for you? Oh, he says, pray away, he says. So I put my hand down on his legs, and I started to pray for his legs. And I felt the Lord telling me to go down to his ankles. So I went down to his ankles, but I couldn't get down there so low. So I had to get down to my knees with me. And I was holding his ankles, and it was hurting my legs. The concrete was hurting my knees. So I lay down on him and held his ankles, and I started to pray for his ankles. Guess what happened? He jumped up and left his shoes behind. And I was holding onto his shoes with my eyes closed, thinking he was still there. And he started dancing around me, with me. His feet got healed. And he started dancing around me. And I wasn't aware he was doing this, because I was still lying on the ground, holding onto his shoes and praying in the spirit. Suddenly this lady tapped me on the shoulder to get up, and there was a big crowd around me, you know. And this old lady said, pray for me, pray for me. So I went over and I started praying for her, and she fell out on the ground as I started. I didn't even touch her. She just fell down on the ground, and I got down to pray for her. And suddenly Eva, the guy from Holland, he came over to me. He said, "What's going on, Pastor?" I said, "Listen to me. Pray for this woman here. Pray for this man there." And Kevin, he started. The four of us started praying for people. We were praying for people for 3 hours. And people were getting healed all over the place. And the local priest came over and he said, "What's going on? Is it the end of the world?" I said, "No, it's the beginning of the world. God is healing people all around." He says, "Come over to the church," he says. "Come over to the church." I said, "No, it's okay, we can do it here." He says, "No, we want to feed you." He wanted to feed us, you and me. And this lovely lady cooked a big, beautiful meal for us. And they fed us. And we were there for half an hour. And we wanted to get back out to pray for more people. After we had our meal, we went back out. And we prayed for people till 8 o'clock that night, till it was dark with me. And it was just a great miracle. God was healing all the people. And we didn't even plan this. It was a time of peace to get away from the other people. So suddenly Eva said, "We better get back and cruise. It's 8 o'clock at night. We're not familiar with the roads, you know?" So we got together, said our goodbyes to everybody, and we headed back. When we got back, the guy told me off. I shouldn't have gone away. There was nobody to do the ministering at the meeting. I told him, "I had enough of you, man. I'm working concrete for you every day. We never get any tanks. We get all pushed in the back all the time, and we're not even noticed. But we do what God tells us to do now, not what you tell us." So we went to bed. Next morning we got up. It was all over the news. It was all over the news what happened in this town. Everybody said God had come down into the town and healed over 150 people. God healed. And he was saying, "You see what God can do when we're here?" I says, "You see what God can do when we're here." That day I left and came back to England and came back. And we had this great thing that God did on our hearts. So we could always say, when we went to Romania, something beautiful happened. But I've always loved Romania. The Romanian people, I've loved them all from the beginning, and I still do. They're over here in England now, and they're like kings. You with me? Which is nice. You know, they really work for a living, and they care about God, most of them. And that's what's important to us. God bless everybody. In the next time, before you go, I want to say out there to all you people that belong to East Side Christian Fellowship, that used to be with me in Last Control, came in off the street and became believers. I want you to get in touch with me, because God is on the move right now, and we're going to start all over again where we left off. Amen. God bless you all. In Jesus' name. Love from Hyde. Amen. Amen.